Noble Leader, seek immediate medical attention. Noble Leader, please respond. Please respond. Sierra 259. You are alarming me.
Not sure how long she's gonna stay together. Skies are jammed up anyway. Gotta get you off her, Lieutenant.
Sir,
You don't want to hear it. Get the package to the Autumn.
done.
Not yet, it's not. Emil, go with him. It's a ground game now.
It's been an honor, sir.
Likewise. I'll do what I can to draw their fire. 6. That AI chose you. She made the right choice. On my mark. Mark!
To head for one sprint cycle, and then we're going to just simply walk and hug the right side of the cliff here, or the wall, until we get to the cliff, and we're going to walk off the cliff when we see a tree on the cliff side here. So walk to the right of this tree, drop. The ground, we're going to sprint, and we're going to put this rock up ahead here in between us and the elite here. Then we're going to jump over the rock. He will most likely be taking.
Hey, look, the lead's on. Just deliver that package. Here's our destination, 6.
By surprise and go into his animation of yelling and throwing his hands over his head, so we can take the opportunity to wrap around him real quick and assassinate him. And we're going to grab his concussion rifle. That is very important, so we're going to grab that. Just going to continue running along the right side here, and then we're going to hop into this building, and the first thing we're going to do is grab the health pack so we don't naturally heal ourselves over time, and then we are unable to grab the health pack. So we have a DMR as well now, so we have a DMR with full amp. Full, we don't know how much is in there, so we're gonna have to find out because we need at least 7 rounds to do the tricks I'm gonna do here. So we're gonna find out in a little bit after we get a checkpoint, but we're gonna keep moving forward. There's an overturned mongoose right here which we could just flip over, hop in, good as new, and up ahead there's some and they usually ignore you. Sometimes they take some shots at you like they do here. Sometimes they even Banshee bomb you, but that's pretty rare. They usually just totally ignore you and you could just drive on through with no problems. But we're coming up on the checkpoint here. We're going to get it right about here as we turn to the left. Usually get one right there, and we're going to hop out once we get the scarab to drop in, and we're going to just look up into the sky and shoot as many. see how many we have, because we need 7 or more. So we're going to count them, and then we're going to reload. Looks like we shot 6, and then 2 more are going to come out. So we have
Noble leader,
the spare.
please
So I'm just going
respond.
to save and quit, and then we're going to resume once we get to the lobby here. And I sped this part up. Obviously, it's going to take a little longer to load in and out, or out and then in. But then we're going to start back up at this checkpoint that we
Please
know we had at the bend there in the mongoose.
Sierra
But here we are again. And we're
259. You are alarming.
Still with us, Commander?
Stay low. Let me draw the heat. Just deliver that package. Here's our destination, 6. Transport. You think we got time to walk, Lieutenant? Hostile fire on me! Show us on. Got it. Not engaged. Gun it, 6. 6. Take that mark.
back up at this checkpoint that we know we had at the bend there in the mongoose. So here we are again, and we're just going to wait for the scarab to leave. The scarab drops down out of the sky, but it's scripted to just totally leave the area, so we can just kind of stand back here and wait for it to leave, and then we can move forward without risking our health or anything. Emil just like warps a mongoose into existence back here. I don't know how he did that, but what you want to do is if you have less than 7 concussion rifle rounds, you want to just restart the mission, unfortunately, and then just try again until you get 7 or more, so we can do these tricks up ahead here. But we're going to take out these grunts on the ground. They are pretty easy to take out. We have a pretty good vantage point up here, and we can just pick them off with our DMR, which is full at this point, so we have a lot of rounds to spare. And you can see that as we move up, more things drop down out of the sky, mostly just drop pods, but there is that second scarab as well, which is also scripted to just walk away, so no worries.
Get the package out of there. Remember your objective.
For him to leave the premises, and then we'll pick off these grunts as we come across them as well. Hop in a mongoose. There's random mongoose, you know, hanging around the map. We can speed things up a little bit, but we'll move forward here, and there's going to be some more grunts. These grunts I actually kind of get a little too close to, but they actually are scripted to walk up towards where we came from for some reason. They just leave the area. I don't know what they're doing up there. I actually followed them once, and they just went to a different drop pod that was already landed and just stood around it. I don't know why they do that. It's very weird. They always do it though. But we're pretty much done with this section. Very easy. Just take your time. You know, no need to rush through it like it was designed. And then we're going to grab a mongoose up here. There's another overturned mongoose. People don't know how to park these things. to move forward with this thing here, and we're going to go into this tunnel. And you want to hold up once you get to the end of the tunnel. You want to pause for a second or two, because there's a phantom that spawns in and flies over you. And if you don't, hold up for a second, it will. Actually start tearing into your shields and probably kill you. So we're just going to, pause for a second, and then we could keep going nice and safe. And of course, there's the gap here that we're going to jump, so keep going at full speed. You'll clear it easily, and then we'll hop out and grab some DMR ammo, which we don't really need at this point, but we're going to grab some more. So we've bailed out. We're going to go grab the DMR to the right here. There is...
Noble, enemy forces blocking the road ahead.
With health, we're going to grab that health in a little bit. I don't think we could actually pick it up right now, but we will in a second. But grab some DMR ammo, so we're full. We're going to go over here to the right side of the wall. The Wraith actually ignores you when you're over here, but we're going to take out these two Jackals, and you want to pay attention to where the Needlers fall, whether they stay up in that sniper tower or they fall to the ground, because we're going to go grab those in a second. And these two Jackals down on the ground with the shields, sometimes they ignore... give you a little trouble, but now that I've moved down here, the Wraith will notice me, so I'm going to wait for it to shoot at me and then go up, and that way I could grab these guns without having to worry about it actually hitting the sniper tower that I'm in and blowing me up. So just kind of wait there, he'll shoot at you, and then at that moment you just sprint to the tower and grab those two Needler rifles, and then we can move back over here. There's health on the ground right here, so we're going to grab that in a second, and we want to have these grunts take our shield down so we can get that health, or we could melee them to get our health back, or our shield back rather. So I'm going to do that, but I ended up getting shot when I was trying to run away, so I'm going to... Try again. Here we go. They're shooting at me, so now they're going to lower my shield and health a little bit, so I could grab the health pack over here. So they're going to run away. They're not going to finish the job. Come on. I want them to kill me, or try to at least. I thought this was LASO. They're just not even shooting me. There we go. We're going to settle for full shields. There we go. All right, so now we're going to go over here, and we're going to hop onto this fence. So just hop on here, just follow the path of the fence. We're just hopping on top of it here, and then we're going to jump up to the left here and just walk up here. You don't need to crouch jump there, but it doesn't hurt. So we're going to go over here, just follow this path. These are easy jumps. So I'm just waiting here for my sprint to recharge for a little bit, and then we're going to jump over to the left, and as we come over the hill here, we're going to throw a nade, and there's going to be some suicide grunts along with Jackal Needler rifle wielders. And unfortunately, these guys survive. They usually just blow up their nades instantly, and everybody dies. But once in a while, you will have to actually kill them yourself. And that's what happened here. So I had to use some Needler rifle ammo, unfortunately. But there are 3 Needler rifles in this section from the 3 Jackals that were using them. So we're going to grab all 3. Make sure you grab all of them, because we want that ammo. And we're going to activate night vision if you can't find them. It's a little easier to find them if you have that on for the rifle there, but the health pack over here. Going to finish the job. Come on. I want them to kill me. There we go. All right, so now we're going to go over here, and we're going to hop onto this fence. path of the fence. We're just hopping on top of it here, and they're going to jump up to the left here and just walk up here. You don't need to crouch jump there, but here, just follow this path. These are easy jumps, so I'm just waiting here for my sprint to recharge for a little bit, and then we're going to jump over to the left, and as we come over the hill here, we're going to throw a nade, and there's going to be some suicide grunts along with and unfortunately, these guys are from the 3 jackals that were using them. We're going to grab all 3. Make sure you grab all of them, so we want that ammo. And we're going to activate night vision if you can't find them. It's a little easier to find them if you have that on. I already found them, but I just threw it on just to show you if you needed that. So we have a needler rifle and a concussion rifle at this point. And we're going to go over here, activate the cutscene. We're going to skip it.
Noble, you've got a
Mother,
situation.
we can get past this, sir.
No, you can't. Not without help.
Commander, you don't have the firepower.
I've got the math.
Solid copy. Hit 'em hard, boss.
You're on your own, Noble. Carter out.
Crevice to the east. Let's go.
And skirmishers. So we're going to hop up onto that ledge that I'm zooming in on, and we're going to do it by kind of getting on this section of the wall, and then we're going to run up to the left and up to that ledge I was zooming in on. So we kind of go up in this little arc here, and we're going to use the concussion rifle. We're going to use 2 concussion rifle rounds to do that. So as we kind of move like this and jump up, we're going to look down at our feet and shoot 2 rounds, and it's going to propel us up there. So here we go. Let's try it. We're going to look down and then kind of walk up there and then jump and shoot. Rifle rounds, and then we're going to jump up onto that kind of slant, that diagonal right there. It's a little tough to make out, but right when we land on it, we're going to jump again. So we're going to do a quick jump, and then we'll be up here. And then we're going to follow this path and make sure you stay on this ledge, and then we're going to run along that ledge. Diagonal right there. It's a little tough to make out, but right when we land, jump, and then we'll be up. But right when we land on it, we're going to jump again. So we're going to do a quick jump, and then we'll be up here. And then we're going to follow this path. So we're going to do a quick jump, and then we'll be up here. And then we're going to follow. to do a quick jump, and then we'll be up here. And then we're going to follow this path and make sure you stay on this ledge, and then we're going to run along that ledge and then just jump over here. And we have despawned all of the buggers and the drones in this section. The downside to doing that is you don't get as much needler rifle ammo. So I just grabbed downside to doing that, spawned all of the, and then we'll be up here. And then we're going to follow this path and make sure you stay on this ledge, and then we're going to run along that ledge and then just jump over here. And we have all of the buggers and the drones in this section. The downside to doing that is you don't get as much needler rifle ammo. So I just grabbed some health back there. But the needler rifle is super useful for the final battle. So if you didn't want to do that concussion rifle jump, the upside would be you'd have more needler rifle ammo to use at the end. But obviously you have to fight all the skirmishers and drones. If you just take your time, there's plenty of DMR ammo in here, and all of these enemies that would be in here are headshotable. So it's not terrible. But if you do want to do the concussion rifle jump, I would recommend practicing on easy. But at this point, we want to grab the dome shield that's in this crate.
Spartans, over here!
Understood. You gotta get to the dry dock. Priority one.
We want to grab the dome shield that's in this crate. We need that for the end. This is very important. So we have a needler rifle, and we have our concussion rifle here, and the dome shield now at this point. So we're going to move over here to the right and get a grenade jump going. So just kind of take your time, try not to get shot, and then over here, we're going to throw the nade against the wall and then jump up as it goes off so we get...
This is Captain Keyes of the Pillar Above. We are tracking you, Noble, and we've begun our launch sequence. Proceed to dry dock, platform D. I'll be on it myself to receive the package. Better be, soldier, because my countdown...
Take this jump. Sometimes there's a Bob up ahead here, and Bobs are those Gold Ranger class elites. They are kind of like Easter eggs. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. But there's obviously not one there right now, so I would just...
This is Captain Keyes of the Pillar Above. We are tracking you, Noble, and we've begun our launch sequence. Proceed to dry dock, platform D. I'll be on it myself to receive the package. Better be, soldier, because my countdown is no abort.
And they're there, sometimes they're not. But there's obviously not one there right now. So I would just go into there and then go up the stairs, kind of that you could see through that area right there. But I will just show you how to walk around it if there was a Bob there blocking our path. We don't want to have to deal with that noise, so we're just going to move. left, there are some turrets up ahead that spawn and a ghost or two, so we don't want to really draw attention from them. So just follow this path, go right up the stairs, and you should be pretty safe on this route. Now at this point, we want to take some enemies out to make our path easier up ahead here. We don't have to do this 100%. But it just makes it easier. At this point, I'm just juggling the sniper so I could use that later, just throwing it up ahead of me. And then I'm going to actually use the laser right here, which is up against the wall. I'm going to take out this turret on the left, and then there's a turret in the center, which is a fuel rod turret, so he's pretty hefty. And then we're going to take out the turret on the right, which is just another regular plasma turret. And then there's two ghosts in this area too, so you could try to take one of those guys out if you want. Not 100% necessary. None of this is 100% necessary. Without taking these guys out, it's just a little more safe, a little more reliable if there's less enemies up there, especially the big ones. So you could go over here, and there's a DMR cabinet. Look at all those DMRs. So we could bring this up here if we want to help us pick off some enemies to make it easier. I'm not really going to so much, but I do use the sniper to pick off these 3 grunts up ahead here, because this is where I'm going to go actually. So usually 3 right here. Took out 2, and then 1 is just kind of hiding at this point. He is over there. He will pop out. I'm kind of concerned. I'm like, where is he? He has to be over there. He's always there. He's hiding towards the right, though. He's giving me issues here. I'm like, is he? Is he not there? Waltzing out. You're late. Good day to be late, I guess. But you should have been later. But anyway, after all that juggling, you want to make sure that you have your concussion rifle and you have your needler rifle. As we progress to the next section. So we're going to cross this bridge of sorts, and we want to keep an eye on that left side because sometimes more enemies like to go over there, so we just want to make sure that the area is still clear. And we're going to move over across here, and then we're going to go down to the left and go into the hallway over here. Instead of simply falling down here, I like to jump, and then that allows me to not be seen as easily through that door. Instead of simply falling down here, I like to jump, and then that allows me to not be seen as easily through that door on the right. And then I go through the second door on the right, and this is a little RNG based depending on where the elites are at the moment. But you're just going to go through here and then just kind of
Help, I'm stuck.
back and forth across the hallway so you're less of an easy target. Just be a Jezball. Just, bounce off the walls. They're going to move through. Need it, which we probably do. And then we're just going to cut back to the left and jump over this railing. Some health over here if we need it.
I see him. Taking cover.
Spartans! Dry dock's through that structure across the way.
And then we're just going to cut back to the left and jump over this railing and then jump right when you hit the floor and then kind of tuck yourself into the right here.
We'll back you up.
To cut under all of these enemies. Don't go to the left, we need to stay to the right so we could despawn the hunters in a second. That route is really consistent in terms of whether you're going to survive or not, but sometimes you take no damage and other times you have no shield by the time you get down here. So it's a little inconsistent in that regard, but you do consistently get over here at least. And then you can get your shield back by meleeing these grunts. Sometimes these grunts will ignore you and you could kind of come up behind them and smack them. Sometimes they come down and challenge you kind of like they are right now. But that's fine with us. We'll just smack them as they get to the bottom here. I'm trying to smack this guy through the railing, but he's a little too far away to do so. But that's all right. We will wait for him to come down. We'll slap him in the face, knock his faceplate off, and then we'll just finish the job. Jump over here. We're gonna on this thing, jump on the ledge over here, and then jump up to these pipes, and we're going to activate our dome shield so we have a little more time and protection here. Jump up on the highest pipe, and then we're going to jump up to this on top here. Want to jump kind of up and then over, kind of like a candy cane, kind of like up and top of it. And so you don't want to jump diagonally straight up at it because you won't get it. You need to jump up and then kind of land right on the edge. But from this catwalk, we want to run and jump out as far as we can so we despawn the hunters. We don't want to hit the hunter spawn trigger. And we are going to run around to we despawn the hunt, kind of land right on the edge. But from this catwalk, we want to run and jump out as far as we can so we despawn the hunters. We don't want to hit the hunter spawn trigger. And we are going to run around to the right, and there should be no enemies over here. You want to make sure that there's no phantom over here while you're jumping over here as well, because there is a phantom over here initially, but since we took so much time with the grunts, they pieced out before we got over here. But you could always check to see if there's a shadow on the catwalk before jumping down. You could also hear the phantom. But at this point, we want to jump on the lowest part of the railing here, and we want to jump up to the catwalk. We want to stay as far away from that door as possible and get through this window here. We want to jump down. You could also hear the phantom. But jump on the lowest part of the railing here, and we want to jump up to the catwalk. But at this point, we want to jump on the lowest part of the railing here, and we want to jump up to the catwalk. We want to stay as far away from that door as possible and get through this window here. But even though we're going through the window, we want to stay to the right side of the window because if we get too close to that door, it will spawn all the enemies in here. Side as possible and get through this window here, but even right side of the window, because if we get too close to that door, it will spawn all the enemies in here, and we want to set some stuff up before we actually on them. So we're going to go over here, grab a DMR in exchange for your concussion rifle. We're going to go over here, grab a DMR in exchange for your concussion rifle. We're going to come back for that concussion rifle, don't worry. I'm just showing you here, you could actually just spam your armor ability button with the dome shield, and it will show you a third-person point of view of yourself, and you could see if you have shielding or not. If you're sparkling and crackling all over, that means you have no shield, and if you don't see that, it means you have at least somewhat of a shield intact still. You don't know if it's full or just a sliver of it, but you have some. But we're going to go over here and we're going to put these boxes in front of this door because enemies are going to come through here and we want to stop them from moving into this area, so they're going to be easy kills in a second or not. So grab these two boxes. They're easy to push around. You don't really have to smack them or anything. You just have to walk into them and they move. It's very nice. So I'm just going to make sure they're nice and snug and nice and flat up against the doorway here, so we don't have to deal with any rogue grunts or elites that come through here. So once you're, content that that's going to stay there, we're going to move. And we have a needler rifle and a DMR at this point, which is what we're going to use. We're just going to use the DMR at this point. And there's more DMR ammo to the right, which I like to keep there. I don't like to pick that up until I'm over here and we're about to touch this door. We have to touch this door to spawn the enemies. And now that we've done so, we can see there's 3 needler.
lost visual.
Jackals up at the top here. So we're going to take these guys out. They're easy to kill with the lack of shielding or anything, so just shoot them in the head. These guys have shields, so they're a little tougher to take out. Just stay back here. Stay on top of this, whatever this is I'm standing on. You don't want to be standing on the ground because there's an invisible elite that has a sword, so he'll come up and slice and dice you a little bit if you're on the ground. Sometimes he stays back. Sometimes he comes and challenges you, so you want to just be up on this thing at all times. And that way when the elite comes over, if he does come over, he will attack Emil, and that will alert you to the situation. You'll obviously be able to hear Emil getting attacked and sliced by the elite, and then you could react accordingly. Help Emil out if you feel like it, but Emil should put some good damage into him and pop his shield for you if he sticks around. Sometimes the elite will just retreat, and then you could deal with him later, but I will show you how to deal with him later because he does not actually come at us in this playthrough. But we're just shooting at these guys. They don't really have the ability to be staggered because we're on LASO here, so you shoot them in the hand, and that usually gets them to kind of show their head because they kind of get staggered and knocked back. But on LASO, that doesn't happen, so we just have to shoot at them, and hopefully they expose their face on their own accord, which they do sometimes. You just got to be ready for it. And otherwise, we're just going to shoot them in the hand, shoot them in the foot, whatever they give us, so we could take them out just, by sheer brute force. You could still kill them, obviously, just with a bunch of body shots, but it takes a lot of ammo. But fortunately, we have a bunch of ammo, so you should come nowhere near close to running out of DMR ammo. Just make sure you're not wasting shots on the shields that they have, because you are not going to cut through those. But now that those jackals are dead, I'm going to grab the ammo here for the DMRs. I like to keep that DMR ammo there while I'm killing the jackals in case I need more DMR ammo. But now that they're dead, we could just keep that DMR ammo there while I'm killing. That those jackals are dead, I'm going to grab the ammo here for the DMRs. I like to keep that DMR ammo there while I'm killing the jackals in case I need more DMR ammo. But now that they're dead, we could just grab it. And then there's those jackals. Just make sure you're not. Fortunately, we have a bunch of ammo, so you should come nowhere near close to running out of DMR ammo. Just make sure you're not wasting shots on the shields that they have, because you are not going to cut through those. But now that those jackals are dead, I'm going to grab the ammo here for the DMRs. I like to keep that DMR ammo there while I'm killing the jackals in case I need more DMR ammo. But now that they're dead, we could just grab it. And then there's the elite we have to worry about, which normally he hangs out behind that pole I was looking at over there, that pillar. So I'm going to go up here and grab one of the plasma pistols from one of these jackals that we killed. Just pepper him a little bit. His shield should pop pretty quickly since he's a camo elite, and camo elites do not have strong shields. And then obviously finish him off with one headshot to the dome.
High ground. Head up to the catwalks.
With the DMR, and we're going to move up here with the plasma pistol and DMR still in tow. Hop into this little nook over here, and this is a nice vantage point to take out this elite. We're just going to pepper this guy from afar, and this should pop his shields over time. It takes a little bit, but we have plenty of time and plenty of ammo. There's multiple plasma pistols in case we run out, which we're not going to do. Just kind of keep it trained on him. He's just going to stand there and take it. He's a little obscured, so it's tough to land every shot. You will not land every shot because the box will take some hits. The wall he's kind of half hiding behind will take some hits. But keep zooming in with your visor every now and then to see if his shield has popped, and we'll finish him off with a headshot like his buddy with the sword down below. And then the grunts may or may not freak out. Sometimes they just remain standing behind those boxes, and you could take them out from back here. Still, you could shoot them in the top of their methane tank, and eventually they'll go down just from body shots, or they'll come out and bust through the boxes, and you can just finish them off with headshots. And once those enemies are dead, we're going to go back down here and prep for the next section a little bit. So we have the plasma pistol and DMR still. We're going to go get DMR ammo, so we have a full DMR. We're also going to overcharge plasma pistol to ground while we are standing over it. DMR. We're also we have the plasma pistol and DMR still. We're going to go get DMR ammo, so we have a full DMR. We're also going to the ground while we are standing over it. So the splash damage will carry over onto us, so that takes our shield down and our health down enough so that we could actually grab the health pack, so we have full health and shielding at this point, and full DMR. We're going to grab our concussion rifle, and we're going to juggle a needler rifle that we brought all the way from the beginning, or towards the beginning of the mission, all the way up the stairs here. And we're also going to add to the ammo that this has, because there are the 3 needler rifle jackals we killed to start this section off. So don't forget to grab that as well. So we have 3 weapons in summation: DMR, needler rifle, concussion rifle. Don't forget to grab that needler rifle ammo. We're going to do that right now. You can see the 3 rifles on the ground here. Grab that, add it to your wares, and we're going to go over here, grab our DMR again so we could juggle it up the stairs. These weapons tend to do fine juggling upstairs. Sometimes they fall through, or maybe they just fall off to the side. I don't know. I had a couple issues where off. But worst case scenario, you just go back down to the bottom and pick them up and do it again. We're going to shove these boxes out of the way so we could juggle our way through here. And up ahead here, I'm going to be juggling a little later on, and I'm going to accidentally grab, instead of like continuing to juggle past a Marine, I accidentally grab his assault rifle, and he takes my DMR, which is awful. This is a deathless run, and the only hang-up I got was I started fighting thinking I had a DMR, and I had an assault rifle, and I had to revert to my last checkpoint. It messed the whole thing up. But for this section, I like to push those barrels up.
Keys to Noble Team. We're running out of time here, Spartans.
I kind of just wedge myself into the left corner there and kind of just move along the wall and shove those barrels up so I get a little cover here from the Jackal with a plasma rifle. Very rare. And also the two grunts up ahead here. I chuck a couple nades to chip in, but I want to keep as much ammo as possible. I don't really care about nades, though, so I'll just throw those. I'll probably be able to replenish those. Because some Marines die and drop frags, and also the enemies up ahead probably are going to drop some plasma nades. But going back to that revert, that's the only time I had to revert or / died. Everything else was deathless until that point, and after that point was deathless as well. But it ruined my whole setup, so you're going to see the time in the bottom right corner go from like 21 minutes to like 28 minutes or something, because there was 7 minutes of game time where I was trying to fix everything. But you might be wondering how you could revert to your last checkpoint. You can't actually do it directly. So we're going to have to do it indirectly by just basically going and hitting pause and then going to save and quit, and then we go back to the main lobby and we hit resume and we get started up at our last checkpoint. So that's how you avoid being set back to the beginning of the level. So if the Iron Skull is on, you could avoid getting set back to... die by immediately hitting start and then hit save and quit, resume, and that's obviously the indirect way to revert to your last checkpoint as well. But at this point, I'm just juggling my DMR, needler rifle, and I have my concussion rifle in the back pocket, and I'm also using this plasma pistol to juggle up ahead as well, because I'm going to, again, overcharge plasma pistol the wall, and that splash damage will carry over on. So I could get a full health and shield on my way into the final battle. So now we're just going to get rid of that plasma pistol. We are done with that, and we are going to go back here and juggle this DMR and our needler rifle. And this is where I accidentally give it to my Marine buddy, the DMR. I exchanged my DMR for the assault rifle right up ahead here because these Marines are flanking the door. But basically you want to do this, except for with a DMR. You can see I have the assault rifle now, but I'm going to cut back, get my DMR back, and then we're going to juggle the needler rifle up to this doorway up ahead here. But this is a cool little trick I found. I'm going to juggle the needler rifle up to the door here, and we're going to melee it so it's kind of flush to the door. Just smack it in there a few times, and then we're going to back up and shoot it once with the concussion rifle and send it through the door. So we're going to use that later, and we're going
driver up top. If we lose that, the Autumn has no covering fire. She'll never make orbit.
Noble to Keys.
We're at the pad.
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ. I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir.
Flush to the door, just smack it in there a few times, and then we're going to back up and shoot it once with a concussion rifle.
All right, Six. Listen. I'll man the big...
Through the door, so we're going to use that later, and we're going to turn around and headshot as many enemies as we can real quick. A bunch of jackals and grunts should be there, so headshot as many of those guys as you can so you could
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ. I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir. All right, Six. This is it. I'll man the big gun. You just get to the platform and deliver that package.
We're going to jump up onto this railing with your left foot on the top of the railing, put your dome shield down, and then we're going to jump up and shoot your concussion rifle 3 times, and that should propel us up to the pipe here. We're going to run up to the top of the pipe, and then we're going to concussion rifle jump one more time and drift to the right so we land on the roof, and then we are able to jump into here, this final section where we're not supposed to be just quite yet. Unfortunately, all the weapons that are normally in here haven't spawned yet, but we brought our own weapons, and they are in the form of a needler rifle. So here it is right here. We can see this is the needler rifle we shoved through the door, and normally it's actually not up by the door here. Normally it's back here. This is where I find it normally. And sometimes it's even up on the stairs here, but just kind of look around the area and you'll find your needler rifle. And now we have a needler rifle and a DMR, and that, my friends, is something you should not have when you're on top of this MAC gun. So we have plenty of ammo. You could actually get through this whole section without having the DMR. So if you don't feel like doing that trick of shoving the needler rifle through the door, you could just without having the DMR. So if you don't feel like doing that trick of shoving the needler rifle through the door, you could just take it up with you and not have the DMR. But we're gonna kick Emil out of this thing, and we'll be able to use the MAC gun ourselves. I find that if you punch Emil, he's actually a lot easier to push and shove off the edge here. So give him a couple smacks and move him off here because we don't want him getting back on the MAC gun. So we're gonna start picking these enemies off up here. For the jackals and grunts, you want to use the DMR, and for the brutes, you want to use the needler rifle because you could super combine them and get an easy, quick kill. And you won't actually use that much ammo on them. Just 3 shots will get you the kill. Except for the captains, the ones with the more fancy headpiece. Those guys take 2 super combines.
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ. I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir. All right, Six.
Got him in my sight.
This is it. I'll man the big gun. You just get to the platform and deliver that package.
So it's kind of flush to the door, just smack it in there a few times. The railing, put your dome shield down, and then we're going to headshot as many of those guys as you can so you can safely do this next trick. We're going to jump up onto this railing with your left foot on the and then we're going to jump up and shoot your concussion rifle 3 times, and that should propel us up to the pipe here. We're going to run up to the top of the pipe, and then we're going to concussion rifle jump one more time and drift to the right so we land on the roof, and then we are able to jump into here, this final section where we're not supposed to be just quite yet. Unfortunately, all the weapons that are normally in here haven't spawned yet, but we brought our own weapons, and they are in the form of a needler rifle. So here it is right here. We can see this is the needler rifle we shoved through the door, and normally it's actually not up by the door here. Normally it's back here. This is where I find it normally kind of sitting where I'm crouching right now, and sometimes the area and you'll find your needler rifle. And now we have a needler rifle and a DMR. And that, my friends, is something you should not have when you're on top of this MAC gun. So we have plenty of ammo. You could actually get through this whole section without having the DMR. So if you don't feel like doing that trick of shoving the needler rifle through the door, you could just take it up with you and not have the DMR. But we're going to kick a meal out of this thing, and we'll be able to use the MAC gun ourselves. I find that if you the pipe, and then and grunts should be there, so headshot as many of those guys as you can so you can safely do this next trick few times, and then we're going to back up and shoot it once with a concussion rifle and send it through the door. So we're going to use that later, and we're going to turn around and headshot as many enemies as we can real quick. A bunch of jackals and grunts should be there, so headshot as many of those guys as you can so you can safely
Clear an LZ, and I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir. All right, Six. This is it. I'll man the big gun. You just get to the platform and deliver that package.
We're going to jump up onto this railing with your left foot on the top of the railing, put your dome shield down, and then we're going to jump up and shoot your concussion rifle 3 times. And up to the pipe here. We're going to run up to the top of the pipe, and then we're going to concussion rifle jump one more time and drift to the right so we land on the roof, and then we are able to jump into here, this final section where we're not supposed to be just quite yet.
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ, and I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir. All right, Six. This is it. I'll man the big gun. You just get to the platform and deliver that package. I'm in position. I'll take out as many drop ships as I can.
Unfortunately, time and drift to the right concussion rifle 3 times, and that should propel us up to the pipe here. We're going to run up to the top of the pipe, and then we're going to concussion rifle jump one more time and drift to the right so we can rifle 3 times, and that should propel us up to the pipe here. We're going to run up to the top of the pipe, and then we're going to concussion rifle jump one more time and drift to the right so we land on the roof, and then we are able to jump into here.
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ, and I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir. All right, Six. This is it. I'll man the big gun. You just get to the platform and deliver that package.
On the top of the railing, put your dome shield down, and then we're going to jump up and shoot your concussion rifle 3 times, and that should propel us up to the pipe here. We're going to run up to the top of the pipe. And
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ, and I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir. All right, Six. This is it. I'll man the big gun. You just get to the platform and deliver that package. I'm in position. I'll take out as many drop ships as I can.
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ, and I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir. All right, Six.
position. I'll take out as many dropships as I can.
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ, and I'll meet you there.
Will do, sir. Alright, this is it. I'll man the big gun. You just get to the platform and deliver that package.
I'm in position. I'll take out as many dropships as I can.
Then we're going to concussion rifle jump one more time and drift to the right so we land on the roof, and then we are able to jump into here, this final section where we're not supposed to be just quite yet. Unfortunately, all the weapons that are normally in here haven't spawned yet, but
Copy, Noble. My Pelican's ready. Clear an LZ, and I'll meet you there.
I'll man the big gun. You just get to the platform and deliver that package.
I'm in position. I'll take out as many dropships as I can.
own weapons, and they are in the form of a needler rifle. So here it is right here. We can see this is the needler rifle we shoved through the door, and normally it's actually not up by the door here. Normally it's back here. This is where I find it normally kind of sitting where I'm crouching right now, and sometimes it's even up on the stairs here. But just kind of look around the area and you'll find your needler rifle, and now we have a needler rifle and a DMR, and that, my friends, is something you should not have when you're on top of this MAC gun. So we have plenty of ammo. You could actually get through this whole section without having the DMR. So if you don't feel like doing that trick of shoving the needler rifle through the door, you could just take it up with you and not have the DMR. But we're going to kick Emil out of this thing, and we'll be able to use the MAC gun ourselves. I find that if you punch Emil, he's actually a lot easier to push and shove off the edge here. So give him a couple smacks and move him off here. So we're going to start picking these enemies off up here. For the Jackals and Grunts, you want to use the DMR, and for the Brutes, you want to use the needler rifle because you could super combine them and get an easy, quick kill, and you won't actually use that much ammo on them. Just 3 shots will get you the kill, except for the captains, the ones with the more fancy headpiece. Those guys take 2 super combines, and there are 3 chieftains, which we're going to deal with them in a different way, so we'll address that as we get to it. But for now, we're just going to tear into these guys, and you want to make sure you are paying attention to when the reinforcements are coming in, because once that happens, we're actually going to hop back on the MAC gun and take them out before they land, most of them. So we're going to keep an eye on that. I believe they come in when there's only 2 enemies remaining on the ground. So just kind of count the enemies that are there. When you see there's only 2 remaining, you want to hop back into the MAC gun immediately so we can take out the Phantoms as they approach and try to drop off troops. But we're going to prevent that. So just some easy kills up here. Again, like I was saying, you could just do this all with a needler rifle, even the one on LASO that doesn't have as much ammo. Because we skipped the that whole section with the buggers and the needler rifle wielding skirmishers. And here we go. Here we're going to hop on the MAC gun real quick, and we're going to take out this first Phantom here. So we're going to take him out, and there's actually another Phantom on the right that's going to land some troops, and we actually cannot shoot that Phantom down. He is kind of out of our reach, out of our range, so we cannot do that, unfortunately. I should throw down this dome shield so I have max health, because the dome shield actually heals your health. So I forgot about that. I should have been doing that earlier. It heals your health, not your shield. But like I was saying with the needler rifle, this needler rifle has about 60 rounds in reserve, and then whatever amount is in its normal standard clip. So that's a good amount of needler rifle ammo, and it is enough to actually take out all of the enemies when we're using the MAC cannon as well. So you could just forego bringing the DMR up here and then Do that, unfortunately. Back on real quick, and we're going to do this all with a needler rifle, even the one on LASO that doesn't have as much ammo, because we skipped the that whole section with the buggers and the needler rifle wielding skirmishers. And here we go. Here we're going to hop on the Mac.
Hold them off until Keys gets here.
Quick, and we're going to take out this first Phantom here. So we're going to take him out, and there's actually another Phantom on the right that's going to land some troops, and we actually cannot shoot that Phantom down. He is kind of out of our reach, out of our range, so we cannot do that, unfortunately. I should throw down this Dome Shield so I have max health, because the Dome Shield actually heals your health. So I forgot about that. I should have been doing that earlier. It heals your health, not your shield. But like I was saying with the Needler Rifle, this Needler Rifle has about 60 rounds in reserve, and then whatever amount is in its normal standard clip. So that's a good amount of Needler Rifle ammo, and it is enough to actually take out all of the enemies when we're using the Mac Cannon as well. So you could just forego bringing the DMR up here, and then you wouldn't have to have so much concussion rifle ammo, because you wouldn't have to shove the Needler Rifle through the door like we did. So if you're comfortable shooting, and you're shooting well, you could just come up here with a Needler Rifle and kind of avoid that. But if you're somebody who really needs to have more ammo, or you just want more ammo so you're more comfortable, you could use that trick. Shove the ammo through, or shove the gun through the door. But over on the right here, the Phantom that dropped off troops over there was actually carrying a Hammer Chieftain and a Fuel Rod Chieftain, unfortunately. So it'd be nice if that was one of the ships we could take out, but it's the only one we can't. So we're going to hop in here now. The only remaining enemies are the 2 Chieftains down there, so we're going to take out this one on the right first. I guess they're both on the left side of the Mac gun, but the one that's more towards the right, you want to shoot and kill that one first, because that one is going to go out of range of the Mac gun before the other one, and then you can turn your attention to that second one, which is not going to go out of range as quickly. So we killed both of the last Phantoms, and we're going to just deal with these 2 Chieftains now. So these Chieftains, you can sneak up behind if they don't see you. There are still some Marines alive. over on the far side, basically the opposite side of where we are now, because they were dropped off and they weren't all killed because we basically decimated most of the forces before they even landed. So they're still alive. You could wait for the chieftains to become distracted by them, and then you could kind of come up and assassinate the chieftains from behind. If the chieftains are aware of you, you cannot just like circle around them and assassinate them. So my non-sneaky solution is to kill the hammer chieftain first, the ham boy, and I do that by going over here and grabbing the plasma turret. There should be 2 plasma turrets on the ground because they were part of the phantom that we blew up just now. So those turrets drop to the ground. We could use them how we see fit. So we're going to take the shield down of the hammer chieftain, and then we're going to super combine them real quick to finish him off. So ham boy down, and we're going to go after the fuel rod chieftain, which is a much more deadly foe because he could kill you from close in and far away. So we're going to very cautiously move around the map. The sneaky solution is obviously get him to start ignoring you again and get distracted by the other Marines that are behind me right now. But the non-sneaky way to kill him, I like to do, is to grab the hammer, and I become the ham boy. And then I wait for him to kind of walk towards the edge of the map, and I just kind of launch him off the map. Or you could just wait for him to get close to you, and then you could hammer him a couple times, which will pop his shield, and then you could finish him off with a super combine like we did with the ham boy. But now I'm the ham boy, and I'm not going down. So we are going to just kind of do a little...
You got more on the way.
We got enough time. We got plenty of time. We have infinite time. Halo Infinite 2020. I forgot when it was coming out for a second. 2020. It should be out in a year at this point. Wow, that's close.
You got more on the way. got more on the way. We got more on the way. Look out, Phantom coming in hot. We got more on the way. You got trouble.
Hostiles in cover.
Hands up! More targets!
Anyway, so we're just, you know, doing a little brawl clustered at once. And why wasn't I invited? To do something, shoot guns at each other. It's nothing, don't worry about it. It's just it's a weird thing here. What are they doing over there? We're gonna find out. What are you guys doing? I hear them over the radio. They're talking. What are you talking about? What are you guys doing? They're just standing over here behind rocks. So now I'm over here. I'm hoping this will get the chieftain to come over here as well. I hope he's interested, you know, in what's happening over here. Maybe he could pick up our radio waves. But I'm just sneaking around super carefully because this guy could just pop out of a corner and just kill you real quick. There's 3 health packs at the top here on the main floor. Yeah, oh god. Here he is. This is not a good position. But we are going to hammer this guy. This is what we like to see. Him going towards the edge, and I got a hammer. And I'm just going to launch him and shoot him in the face. And there he goes. Goodbye forever. Wow, that was a great kill. That looked real nice. What a way to end it. But it's not over yet. Don't worry. There's still more to go. There's 4 elites and some amount of grunts, like 5, and an engineer. But we want to get ourselves ready for those guys, so we're going to go behind here, and hopefully there's the DMR crate. I've noticed that in MCC, it's often not here. This is the DMR crate right here. It usually is in this wall, in this building. It's like a kind of a secret crate. You go into this building, and you kind of hit this wall, just melee this wall, and normally a DMR crate with a ton of ammo would pop out in the back here.
Noble the keys. Pad is clear.
On my way.
6. Time for you to leave. Get the package to the pad and get your ass off this plane. I've got your back.
Or it's already popped out. I think it's getting launched out on its own, like right when the this whole area spawns in. I think this crate is just getting, for whatever reason, when it was brought over to MCC, this version of it is just like launching this crate out of it most of the time. Sometimes you will find it here, like we did this time, fortunately, but most of the time it's missing now, so just something to be aware of. But we have our needler rifle and a full DMR now. We're going to walk up to the Pelican and activate the cutscene. We're going to skip the cutscene, but we're going to spawn in one last...
This is Keys on hot approach to Platform Delta. Ready to take possession of the package, Noble.
These grunts up here, easy DMR headshots from back here, and some of them might retreat once you start shooting them, but you should be able to kill 2 or 3 grunts right there. And oddly enough, that elite that's up there, he normally, in the 360 version, the original game, he would retreat if you just moved up like I am right now. He would back up into the section behind him, but for whatever reason, on MCC, I noticed he just stays there. So this guy right here, he's just standing there, and he doesn't retreat. I don't know why this happens, I don't know if this happens every time. It's happened a few times. The few times I've done this, the few times I've played through this on MCC, he's just been hanging out here. I don't know what the deal is with him now, but we could easily take him out by grabbing a plasma pistol from one of his fallen grunt buddies and just kind of using the stairs here as...
Good to see you, Spartan. Catherine assured me I could count on you.
Not just me, sir.
They'll be remembered. Cruiser, adjusting heading for the Autumn. Noble 4, I need fire on that cruiser or we're not getting out of here. Do you copy?
I have your window, sir.
Bridge, this is the captain. We have the package. Returning to the Autumn.
Copy that.
Who's next? I'm ready! How about you?
Lieutenant, get aboard! We gotta get the hell out of here!
Negative. I have the gun. Good luck, sir.
Good luck to you, Spartan. Noble 6, get on that mass driver and clear me a path.
He kind of just stands there, and we could easily just shoot him. I'll tell you why I'm down here in a second, but I'm kind of trying something out, but it didn't work. But we're going to hop back up here, and we're going to take out this guy with the plasma pistol the old-fashioned way. Just pepper him from afar, or pretty close in, actually. But just kind of use the cover so you, like, see just the top of his head, and then you could shoot him and kill him. And like I mentioned on previous guides, the enemies like to shoot you in the chest, so if your head is just poking over the barricade or whatever you're using for cover, he will actually not shoot you. He'll just try to shoot you in the chest, like he always does, and it'll just shoot the floor in front of you, basically. I was just showing you that you could use this dome shield as some extra cover if you need to grab the plasma pistol, if it's just... Fire away. Luckily, when we shot and killed that grunt, his plasma pistol was right on the edge, but you could use the dome shield for some extra cover if you need to move in here a little further to get the plasma pistol. But one time, he was right on the edge, and I kind of moved in here, and then he turned his back to me. So he was standing right at the railing here that I'm looking at right now, and when I went under there where I was, it seemed like he turned to look at me, like he was looking through the floor. He like knew I was over there, and then when I came back around, he still had his back to the railing, so I just easily backsmacked him. But I don't know if that's consistent or not. Just kill him with the plasma pistol, and then the headshot with the DMR. And then over here, there's the engineer, of course, which we could easily kill with 2 super combined explosions, so we don't have to deal with the extra shield. And now you can see I am spamming my dome shield button, so I could see myself in a third-person point of view, so I could see that I have no shields, which is good information to have. Poke our heads in here. There should be 2 more grunts. total in this final section here, and those are the... Poke our heads in here. There should be 2 more grunts, 5 total in this final section here, and those are the last remaining grunts. We have 3 elites still to deal with, and we're going to move in here. I'm just going to grab health. There's a bunch of health down here, or in here rather. There is a set of 2 more health packs in the floor below us. So we are going to not need that, hopefully, but it's down there if you need it. But we're going to move in behind whatever this weird machine type thing is, and we're going to crouch jump on top of this white box type thing on the right, and then we're going to crouch jump up again, turn around and jump onto the ledge, and we're going to follow this ledge, jump across the ledge, kind of kitty corner it, and then we're going to jump up over the railing and kind of move over here, and then we're going to move back. And what this does is it makes the elites kind of retreat, and it kind of gives us some breathing room in that room. Breathing room in that room. Say that 5 times fast. And we're going to pepper these guys from afar, so we're going to grab a fresh plasma pistol, or a fresher one. I'm not sure how fresh these are out here, because obviously the blind skull is on. But we're going to go over to these stairs over here, and there's going to be 2 elites, the 2 elites that don't have a fuel rod. The 3rd and final elite, or I guess the 4th one, since there was that one we killed before he came into the room. But there are the 4 elites. We killed 1 because he didn't come into the room here. There are 3 remaining. 1 has the fuel rod. He's all the way in the back. And 2 are going to be up here. And we're just going to pepper these guys incessantly until their shields pop. You have plenty of plasma pistol ammo. There's the 5 grunts, and most of them should have had a plasma...
Spartan, do you copy? Heat up that gun. We've got multiple craft bearing down on us.
pistol with pop. He's all the way in the back room. That don't have a fuel out here because, and we're going to pepper these guys. The elites kind of kitty corner it, and then we're going to jump up over the railing and kind of move over here, and then we're going to move back. And what this does is it makes the elites kind of retreat. Gives us some breathing room in that room. Breathing room in that room. Say that 5 times fast. And we're going to pepper these guys from afar, so we're going to grab a fresh plasma pistol, or a fresher one. I'm not sure how fresh these are out here because obviously the blind skull is on. But we're going to go over to these stairs over here, and there's going to be 2 elites. The 2 elites that don't have a fuel rod. The 3rd and final elite, or I guess the 4th one, since there was that one we killed before he came into the room. But there are the 4 elites. We killed 1 because he didn't come into the room here. There are 3 remaining. 1 has the fuel rod. He's all the way in the back. And 2 are going to be up here. And we're just going to pepper these guys incessantly until their shields pop. You have plenty of plasma pistol ammo. There's the 5 grunts, and most of them should have had...
We need you on that gun, Noble, or the Autumn's sitting in her grave.
So this just takes time. Sometimes they are more cooperative than others, but you can really just stand here at the edge of the stairs and use the stairs as cover. Remember that they like to shoot you in the chest, so just have your head barely popping over so you can get your shots off while they can't shoot you, and then you could pretty safely kill these guys. So we took that guy out pretty quickly. This second guy is super... what do you call it? He's hiding. He doesn't want to come out. He doesn't want to get killed. Like, aside from being dancing way too much. Too much dancing. I'm done dancing. I was dancing with that fuel rod brute. I don't want to dance with nobody else. Now we're going to go down here. We're going to get health, and we're going to get the hologram. Well, maybe we're not going to get it just yet. But there's a bunch of health in here, like I mentioned. There's health on the floor below this. There's 2 health packs in the room that we were actually fighting those last remaining elites. So plenty of health to go around. And we will be moving up back to this room. Grab a plasma pistol. We're going to take out the fuel rod elite. And this is actually a pretty easy way to take out the fuel rod elite. All the strategies I've seen are not easy. Another thing we could do is actually use the needler rifle. I have that laying out on the right outside the door to this section. I decided to not show that because I wanted to show a different strategy. You could just be a boss like I was on Long Night of Solace, where I was just going toe-to-toe with elites by using the needler rifle to get them to dodge because the tough luck skull is on, and the tough luck skull makes elites and brutes and everybody really dodge out of the way because they don't want to get super combined. So you could do that if you want with this guy, but we're going to move up here. I use that dome shield to give myself a little more cover, and I'm going to hide behind this chain link fence, and a lot of the time, this guy just stands there and takes it, and it's super close to him, so you will hit all your shots and take him down real quick. Sometimes he moves to the left like he did there, but you could just kind of get closer to that. Just if he goes over...
You're gonna have to take down that cruiser, Spartan.
kind of move towards him, and by doing that you cut the angle off so he can't actually shoot or see you. So then he moves back towards the right and we can shoot him through the chain link fence again, and then we can just finish him off with a headshot, and that is all she wrote for that guy. So now all of the enemies are dead. All that remains is using the MAC gun to take out the Covenant supercarrier or whatever type of ship it is, but we're going to go down here one last time to make sure we have full health, and also we're going to grab the hologram. So the hologram is in this main area here in this building, so grab that. We're going to also use the overcharged plasma pistol to take our shield and health down a little bit, so we can grab the health pack and get full health and shield. I think it was already full, but whatever, we'll just make sure. And there's also health in here, so if you need more health, you use everything up top. There's some down below there, and we're going to move back up to that room, and we're going to jump on that gun, and we are going to get out of the gun. We're actually not even going to get in the gun until the very, very end. So we're going to move up here, and the reason we're not going to get in the gun is because you will just get killed before you could even... So we're just going to go up here, go up the stairs, get to the top of the area here where the MAC gun is, and by getting up here, it will actually trigger the final sequence where a bunch of ships come at you, but you could just leave. You don't have to be in the MAC gun here, and we're just going to hide on the stairs over here, and I like to hide behind these structures right here, because there is one Phantom that comes from over here. It wraps around on the side over here, this right side. If I was sitting in the MAC gun, it would be on my right. But just hang out here until the Phantom that's on our side here kind of wraps up to the front of the MAC gun, and then we can move up to the stairs and just hang out there until the violin crescendos, and it's like, yo, take the shot, or whatever he says. I think he says, yo, something like that. He's like, hey, yo, get on that gun, bro. I think that's a direct quote. But yeah, just stay here. You'll know when you have to get up there because the music crescendos. There's dialogue that says get in there. And we're also going to activate our hologram that we grabbed to kind of distract the ships that are up there because they are all going to turn their attention to us, and we want as little of that as possible directed at us. We want that all directed at the hologram, preferably. And I'm going to aim at that slanted roof right there. So that's where my hologram will go when I activate it, and then I'll wrap up to the right and get in the mat gun. And that part is kind of random, which is annoying, whether they shoot you enough to kill you or not. So it's a little RNG based, which is annoying, especially at the end here. But we'll do what we can. And remember that your targeting reticle actually needs to be lower than where you want to shoot, because remember when you're in a vehicle or a turret of some kind, the targeting reticle for those is actually higher than your normal regular weapons. So aim about there so your mat gun is obscuring just a little bit of the bottom.
Mass driver won't crack those shields. Steady, Spartan. Fire now, Lieutenant. Hit her in the gut. You've got the fire now, Spartan. We won't survive another hit. Aim for the glassing port. Good gun, Spartan. All stations, brace for cast-off. Pillar of Autumn. We're away. The package is with us.
Cortana, all I need to know is did we lose them?
I think we both know the answer to that.
Is it for Pillar of Autumn LASO, the final mission, and technically not, because we have to watch the epilogue cutscene, and then we have to play Lone Wolf. But Lone Wolf, if you didn't know, all you have to do is just die, and you don't have to do the revert to the last checkpoint by hitting start and then save and quit and resume, because that's the whole point of the mission, is for you to die. So that's all part of it. So just allow yourself to die. The achievement will pop. Congrats on getting the Reach LASO achievement. Thank you all for watching and joining me on this journey. I have LASO guides up for all of the other MCC titles, so Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, and ODST. But those are actually all like 5 years old at this point because the game came out in 2014. so they're a little outdated. Released on PC. I'm going to be providing updated guides for those, so look forward to that whenever CEA comes out on PC next year. I'll be releasing new updated LASO guides with brand new strats, way easier than they were before, so keep an eye out for those. Little R, the final PC I'm going to be providing next year. I'll be releasing new updated LASO guides with brand new strats, way easier than they were before, so keep an eye out for those, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You can also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social... What's up, guys? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection achievement.
It didn't take long for Reach to fall. Our enemy was ruthless, efficient, but they weren't nearly fast enough. For you had already passed the torch, and because of you, we found Halo, unlocked its secrets, shattered our enemy's resolve. Our victory, your victory, was so close. I wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach. Your body, your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything. Except your courage. That you gave to us. And with it, we can rebuild.
Guide, this time we are doing part 1 of Keep Your Foot on the Pedrogas, which is complete all of Halo Reach's legendary campaign missions in under 3 hours. So this is named after the Halo Reach speedrunner, Pedrogas, I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sure, and that's on me. But regardless, we're going to start off by sprinting down this slope, trying to catch Pedrogas. We will not be able to because he is super fast at this game, but we're going to try to get under 3 hours. We're not going for, a world record near his time, because that's obscenely hard and it's unnecessary to get the achievement. So there's some tricks in this game that he would use, of course, to get a world record, and other top speedrunners, but we're not going to use them because we only need to come in at under 3 hours. So we don't Boardwalk. So head into Halo Reach, go to Custom Games, go to Boardwalk, little umbrella type thing, this futuristic umbrella. And you can see in the bottom left corner of my screen, it says Upper Courtyard. But if we move forward, it's going to say Make Out Point. So that's one of the call-outs here on this map. And it's pretty humorous. Don't get too frisky here on Make Out Point. You could bring a friend, maybe up to 15 friends, but things could get real hot and heavy real quick. But I guess that'd be a good thing since we need Spartans now more than ever. So I guess get as hot and heavy as you want to. But you could just come here solo as well if you want. No shame there. We've all done it. But we're going to go down here now from Makeout Point. We're going to jump down and run over here. And right on this bench, we can see that there's a box of some kind, and it looks like it has a UNS. Cutting down this to sub 2 hours, sub hour and a half, like they would want to do. But anyway, we're just going to keep running through. There's no enemies or anything in this section, just a bunch of dialogue that we're not interested in at the moment. And this is kind of a tutorial-esque part of the game where it's kind of teaching you how to run and sprint and jump and everything.
So keep your distance.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay focused. Watch your sectors.
There's the communications outpost.
Leaving a distress beacon.
Could be the missing troopers. Let's check it out. Put us down on the bluff. June, I want your eyes in the sky.
Sir.
Let's go, 6. All right, Noble Team, spread out. Watch the approach.
Distress beacons coming from just south of you, Commander.
Roger that. Eyes peeled. Structure point 3-4 is clear from this angle.
Smoke at the next structure, boss.
Circle west and check it out. Noble Team, you have permission to engage, but be selective. We don't need to telegraph a
Echo
Smoke
Tango.
at the next structure, boss.
circle west and check.
Shoot down attempts are likely, so keep your distance.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay focused. Watch your sectors.
There's the communications outpost.
Leaving a distress beacon.
Could be the missing troopers. Let's check it out. Put us down on the bluff. June, I want your eyes in the sky.
Sir.
Let's go, 6. All right, Noble team, spread out. Watch the approach.
The stress beacon's coming from just south of you, Commander. Close.
Roger that. Eyes peeled. Structure point 4. Looks clear. This angle.
Forward, and the par times for this game for Reach actually add up. If you add up all the par times, they add up to 2 hours 5 minutes, I believe. So if you just hit the par times for every single mission, you will easily get this achievement to unlock.
Yes, sir.
And you have 25 minutes to spare. So we're going to save some time probably on this mission because it's one of the easier ones. So we'll have even more than 25 minutes to work with for the remainder. So this section is the first one where there's going to be some enemies. We're just going to sprint past most of them. So we're just going to jump down the stairs here, and then we're going to jump over the fence here, or the, yeah, I guess it's a fence, and then cut into the right and go up the ramp, and we're going to
Put us down on the bluff. June, I want your eyes on the sky.
Sir.
Let's go, 6. All right, Noble team, spread out. Watch the approach.
The stress beacon's coming from just south of you, Commander. We're close.
Roger that. Eyes peeled. Structure point
4 looks clear from this angle.
Structure, boss.
Circle west and check it out. Noble team, you have permission to engage, but be selective. We don't need to telegraph our presence. Noble 6, we're moving to the house. Going quiet. Right behind you.
Noble leader, I'm seeing heat sigs in the structure ahead. Commander, be advised, I'm reading heat signatures in that structure directly east of your position. Over.
Noble team, double time it.
Watch your motion trackers.
What the hell is that?
June, see anything?
Boss, I see movement outside your structure.
Noble 2, move up to the west. We're about to be flanked.
Covenant!
Contact! Contact! Spartans, assist!
Here we go.
Banshees, heads up, Charlie 1.
They're headed into the basement. Move down to the lower level.
Noble leader, enemy dropships inbound.
Falcon, moving to assist.
Enemy! Let's get him. Enemy hit! Taking enemy fire! Get him situated! Hostile fire! All clear.
Commander, I'm seeing more hostile activity to the northeast.
Emil, you're with Cat. 6 and I will run interference on the ground. We'll meet you at the outpost.
take for the map to be. I like to take one up with. Take a right once you get up here, and you just there. That's very left. And there is going to be a health pack on the ground over here if you need it, which I do. I believe it's called a spade. Hop into that. There's no guns or anything, but you go faster, so that's what we want here. We're doing a speed run, and we're just going to keep driving, follow this path splatter that guy if he's there. If he's not, just keep going. And we're going to go to the left here. You could go to the right, but it's a circular map, and I like to go to the left here at this point. So go to the left. There's an encounter here that we're...
Noble leader, I'm seeing heat sinks in the structure ahead.
encounters in this circular part of the map, and we're going to skip 2 of them, and then we're going to actually fight and deal with the 3rd one we come upon. So we skipped that one. Now we are in another one. You can see some grunts along the roadside here and some buildings to the left. We skipped that, and you can see in the distance there's a dropship kind of firing on a location. That's where we want to go. I know it doesn't sound appealing. You don't really want to go to places where there's an active bombardment occurring, but that's where we're going to go. So I like to drive past this section actually for a little bit, because the Spirit dropship's gun actually could do a lot of damage to you. So I drive past this broken bridge, past the encounter entirely, and I kind of just wait for the Spirit to just leave, and then I drive up and splatter as many people as possible. So that's what I'm doing now. It's leaving, so I'm moving forward again, back to where we want to be, and I'm just going to try to splatter as many people as I can and then hop out. You don't have to try to splatter much. It's just a fun little thing I do. And then we're just going to headshot all the grunts. That's all that will be here is grunts. There might be a skirmisher. There's like a rogue skirmisher that runs around this section, but is not dropped off initially by the dropship. He's just already kind of hanging out doing something over here. And we are going to exchange our assault rifle. But grab the DMR from one of the Marines. There's 3 Marines, 1 will have a DMR. Grab it from him, and then grab the ammo that's on the ground back there that we just did. And you could finish off these guys here. And you want to grab a plasma pistol as well, so we have a noob combo now. And we could run up here to the top of the roof of this kind of building we're defending, this area. And you could actually just hang out up here the whole time. And your buddies down there will take out all of the enemies eventually, but this is a speed run, so we want to try to speed things up a little bit, obviously, so we'll just pick people off from up here. So there's going to be 2 more dropships that land here and drop off troops. The first one is going to have a bunch of grunts and an elite, and the second one is going to have a bunch of grunts and an elite. So we have to deal with a bunch of grunts and 2 more elites, basically. My shots are not great right now, but we're getting the job done. And we're just going to headshot the grunts. Obviously, they're a 1 headshot kill unless they have that faceplate on, unless they're the grunt ultras who have the white armor and the kind of helmet faceplate thing on them. And you can see I killed all the grunts, and I just jumped down here real quick to take out the elite. Kind of risky. I didn't really need to do that. I should have just waited if I wanted to be more safe. I could just, start in on the additional wave of grunts instead of jumping down there while there's a ton of people still alive and a dropship coming in, potentially firing at me and killing me. But it worked out. Most of the enemies are now dead. I actually didn't know there were still so many grunts alive. There's like 3 grunts alive over here. Did not know that. I would have, stayed a little further back and picked them off from afar, but it worked out here like it always does. It always works out. No one ever dies in Halo. But we're going to noob combo this elite. He dodged it, so be aware that's something that could happen. But we got him on the second one there, so we finished him off with a headshot. If you don't know what the noob combo is, it is basically an overcharged plasma pistol burst that I did right there. So hold the trigger if you are aiming at him and he's within range, and it will totally collapse his shield, and then you just finish him off with a headshot real quick. But you want to make sure before you get on the Falcon here, you grab a plasma pistol from the ground so you have a fresh one, and then we're going to head over here. I skipped ahead and cut out the Falcon ride because we're just sitting in there doing nothing. We're going to land, and we're going to throw a couple of grenades because there's a bunch of enemies clustered up here, so you can get a lot of kills real quick and take them out. This section is another section where all of your friendlies may or will take out all of the enemies if you just give them enough time, but obviously we're on a speed run, so we're going to try to speed things up. And we're going to go over here into the bunker, and there's actually some DMR ammo that we're going to grab up on the wall. So grab that. There's also a health pack down on the ground in front of it if you need health. And we are going to move over here. I'm actually going to go to the right over here and kind of go back the way we came, and I'm going to throw more grenades as the enemies land. So there's 2 more dropships that are going to be landing with a bunch of enemies. So I like to throw a grenade there to take out the bulk of the enemies there, and then I'm going to noob combo this elite. So that side of the dropship is taken out, and there's a bunch of
outpost.
Drop us in the courtyard.
LZ's a little hot, sir.
Put her down, pilot. 6, break over.
Full cold press. Here I come.
How we doing, Cat?
Taking a little longer than I hoped, Commander. I've cut about halfway through the door.
Contact. Yeah, you stay right there.
See, the current objective says fall back into outpost. That means come into this bunker area. The rest of the Noble team will come back in as well, and then the door will slowly close. And at this point, you want to stay away from the door because this is all scripted at this point, and you don't want to die from a stray Banshee bomb or a nade or something. But we're going to skip ahead here because there's a cutscene, and then we're going to get to this last section of the mission. We want to pop off the kind of tops of these gas tank type things. They're going to explode, and hopefully we get a kill on some of the enemies up here. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I thought I got a kill on a grunt or a jackal, and I thought a plasma pistol was up here, which is why I'm sprinting forward. Looks like it's a needler, so that is useless to me. I was going to noob combo the elite from far away, and then you can see I got stuck between that crate and that wall, and it almost cost me. I almost died. That elite up there has a concussion rifle, so he could do a lot of damage real quick. Fortunately, I had one more sliver of life left to give, and my shield is now up. And we're going to be more cautious. I'm trying to find a plasma pistol. There is a plasma pistol. There's more DMR ammo on the wall. Obviously, I exchanged for that when we first got to this room. So
Not your domain.
I got a live one over here.
Come on. Out you come.
noob combo, a DMR, and a plasma pistol.
Loading up here. Take the one.
The chest, so if your chest is obscured by the geometry in front of you, they will just mostly shoot that, and the stray bullets that hit your head are only because the weapons they're firing are not that accurate. So most of the bullets will go into the geometry in front of you, so you could get a good advantage on them by being able to lay into them with a bunch of shots, and they can't really get that many on you. But there's 4 grunts in this section, so we could take them out with DMR, obviously headshot them. And then there's 2 elites in this section now because the one that was in the previous section ran back here. So we're going to have to deal with him with a noob combo. But this wall I'm on right now is pretty useful. You could jump onto the pipe behind it and then get on top of the wall from there. And I did jump down from it.
There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered.
Very nice. Affirmative. Clear.
Cat needs you to reset a junction. Do it, get back here.
Give up my height advantage, but if you get all part times on Legendary, you...
Question of my life. If the question is, when will the station be back online? 2 weeks, earliest. This is plasma damage. All major uplink components are fried.
2 minutes is too long.
Which is why I'm splicing into the main overland bundle to get you a direct line to Colonel Holland.